Imagine waking up tomorrow and every person in your city has vanished. No cars moving, no voices, just silence. At first, everything looks almost normal, but something feels deeply wrong. The streets are empty. There are no pedestrians, no traffic, and no signs of life. You try calling someone, but there's nobody left to answer. This is hour zero, the exact moment a megacity suddenly becomes completely abandoned. Traffic lights keep changing because computers are still doing their jobs. Supermarkets are full of food, but there's no one shopping anymore. Everything looks frozen in time, as if everyone simply disappeared. Refrigerators continue running, keeping food fresh, for now. 6 hours later, the city is still running on momentum, but that won't last forever. Airports become strangely quiet. Without people, flights stop almost immediately. Control towers, usually filled with activity, now stand completely empty. Homes still stand, but the lights slowly begin disappearing. Offices remain powered, yet every desk has been abandoned. Automated systems continue working until something eventually goes wrong. Power stations need constant monitoring. Without engineers, small problems begin to grow. As electricity starts failing, entire neighborhoods fall into darkness. For the first time, the city skyline loses its familiar glow. 24 hours have passed, and now the real changes begin. Without people, nature and time are about to reclaim one of humanity's greatest creations. After one full day, the city begins to feel truly abandoned. Darkness spreads across entire neighborhoods. Water systems depend on pumps and maintenance. Without people, taps eventually run dry. Water towers slowly empty, and no one is left to refill or repair them. Without electricity, refrigerators stop working. Food begins to spoil surprisingly fast. Within days, the smell of spoiled food starts filling homes and restaurants. Many pets wait patiently for owners who will never return. Some eventually escape into the city. Birds quickly notice the unusual silence. With fewer people around, they become much bolder. Nature never stops growing. Even after just a short time, plants begin reclaiming small spaces. Traffic lights finally go dark, leaving intersections frozen in silence. 36 hours have passed, and the city's systems are beginning to fail one by one. Underground stations become dark and eerily quiet without electricity. Suitcases remain exactly where travelers left them, untouched by anyone. Hospitals rely on constant human attention. Without staff, even emergency systems eventually stop. Factories fall silent as machines shut down without operators. A small electrical fire that would normally be extinguished can now spread unchecked. Without firefighters, even minor fires become serious threats to nearby buildings. Cracks in the pavement become the perfect home for weeds and wild plants. Animals quickly adapt to the empty city, taking over places once dominated by people. 48 hours have passed. The city is no longer simply empty. It has begun transforming. And this is only the beginning. Nature has all the time in the world. By the second day, the city has changed dramatically. Human activity has almost completely disappeared. Without constant maintenance, tiny plants begin taking advantage of every crack they can find. Birds quickly reclaim public spaces that were once crowded with people. Wild animals become much more confident as the city grows quieter. Small leaks become bigger problems when there's nobody left to repair them. Flooding starts appearing in low areas as damaged pipes continue leaking. Buildings may look strong, but they rely on regular inspections and repairs to stay safe. Nature wastes no time. Climbing plants slowly begin covering walls and buildings. Even rooftops can become home to grass, weeds, and small plants. 60 hours have passed, and the city looks less like a place for people and more like a place for nature. Parks become peaceful habitats where wildlife can move freely without fear. Construction projects stop forever, frozen exactly where workers left them. Underground tunnels slowly collect water as drainage systems begin to fail. Moisture allows moss and other plants to spread into places they couldn't before. Birds don't see abandoned buildings. They simply see new places to build their homes. Across the city, more and more critical systems quietly shut down. With almost every light turned off, the city experiences true darkness for the first time in decades. The night sky becomes brighter than ever, revealing stars usually hidden by city lights. 72 hours have passed. In just 3 days, the city has already begun its transformation. The biggest surprise isn't how quickly nature takes over, it's how much our cities depend on people every single day. The first 72 hours show something important. A city is not just made of buildings and machines. Over time, nature would continue spreading and slowly reshape the places humans created. Roads built for thousands of vehicles would eventually become pathways for plants and animals. Shopping malls, offices, and homes would slowly transform into new environments. Wildlife would explore areas that were once impossible to enter. Even the tallest skyscrapers would eventually struggle without human care. Bridges, tunnels, and roads all need regular attention to survive. The difference between a living city and an abandoned city is the people who maintain it. Every day, humans quietly manage thousands of systems we rarely notice. Electricity, clean water, transportation, and safety all depend on constant effort. But this story isn't only about destruction. It also shows the incredible power of rebuilding. Humans and nature can exist together when we design cities more wisely. The future of cities depends on creativity, technology, and better choices. A city works because millions of small actions happen every single day. Without people, cities become silent. With people, they become alive. The biggest lesson is simple. Civilization requires cooperation. A city is not just concrete, glass, and steel. It is the people inside it. The next time you walk through a busy city, remember how much effort keeps it alive. Every street, building, and system exists because someone maintains it. A megacity can survive many challenges, but its greatest power will always be the humans who call it home. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more fascinating stories about science, technology, and the world around us.